everyone, Mr. Viro this side, hope you guys are keeping well. So guys, in our previous video we discussed about the dog digestive system, and today we'll be talking about the dog processed food industry. This is going to be a detailed topic, so I'll be covering it in 3 parts. Right? Today we'll be talking about the origin of the dog processed food industry. So let's get started. So right before the mid 19th century, dogs did not have a particular diet for themselves, and they used to feed off leftovers by us like meat, bone, bread, milk, barley, and they were doing pretty fine, right? Their life expectancy was more, they had less of diseases in comparison to our modern day dogs whose life expectancy is less and more diseases because the commercialized food that they've been consuming for the past 100 years or more, right? So in the mid 19th century, the rise of industrial revolution led to the rise of the middle class, increasing the disposable income. The people then started to take dogs as companions rather than working animals. So looking at that, the commercialized pet food came into being. So the very first commercialized pet food was a dog biscuit that came into being in 1860 by James Pratt, an American electrician based out of London, who formulated the very first dog biscuit with a mixture of wheat, meat meal and beef blood. Looking at his idea, many other public companies started to create their own dog food and dry kibble based food. So Kennel Ration came up with the first canned dog food in 1922, and by 1930s they were dry meat meal based dog food by Gaines Food Company. And right after World War II, the industry established and the sales reached up to 200 million USD. As of now, the United States is pet food market is worth $22 billion, whereas our country is exactly how US was in the 19th century. We are about 400 million USD, just slightly better, right? So the most famous processed foods in the market are the dry kibble and the wet canned food, right? So the dry kibble goes through a process called extrusion, wherein the major nutrients of the ingredients are lost. So next to negligent amount of stuff is available for dogs to absorb and utilize. The canned food, the process goes through sterilization and the food is heated at 120 degrees Celsius. Also there are grain fillers and other protein gels that are used to make artificial meaty chunks rather than real meat. There are various other ingredients that are used in our processed food which are considered to be completely undesirable. Are additives, artificial ingredients, fructose, animal byproducts, animal meat meal, right? And one of the reasons that why this processed food has become really famous because we guys believe more in convenience. We want convenience, quick fixes. We want things to be done as quickly as possible, as conveniently as possible. We think short term, not long term. That cripples our judgment. We don't want to be self-aware, we don't want to be responsible, we don't want to be doers. But we have to be for our dogs. We have to make sure that we're giving them the best. Something that is only causing them benefit and no harm. We have to think long term. Imagine yourself eating just one particular meal, that too processed, for whole life. Not right? You need to give your dogs variety. I think the best meal for you guys to give your dog would be a homemade meal. You need to know what does a complete balanced meal means. That we'll discuss at a later stage. So in the next video I'll be explaining about these processes and the ingredients in detail. So stay tuned and do not forget to subscribe, guys. And in the end, be doers, be more self-aware, do your own research, do the best for your dogs, right?